We need to be America first and protect our own.
America might turn a blind eye to their citizens and protecting their citizens sometimes.
Those are Americans dying. We're supposed to protect our Americans.
You might have seen this video of an elderly Palestinian woman being struck in the head by Israeli settlers in the occupied West Bank. The man shouting in the video is American journalist Jasper Nathaniel. He was then chased by a mob of Israeli settlers for trying to document the attacks on Palestinians. When Nathaniel contacted the U.S. Embassy for help, they said they could not protect him. In a tweet, Nathaniel said, "I was set up by the IDF to be attacked by 100 armed settlers. Today we're asking the city, why isn't the U.S. protecting its citizens?"
Some people matter more than others, depending on maybe the network they work for or their ethnicity or the cause that they're rooting for. America might turn a blind eye to their citizens and protecting their citizens sometimes.
Yeah, I wonder if it has anything to do with him covering media that is going to make us even more divided from the policy action that we're taking, and like how there's somewhat of a consensus that we disagree with the amount of destruction and the loss of lives and civilian casualties that are going on.
We need to protect all of our citizens. We need to, bring home the hostages, but also bring home people who are victims of violence out there as well, no matter what side they might be on. We need to be America first and protect our own.
It makes complete sense why the United States has a vested interest in maintaining a really good relationship in that specific territory. Israel is in the Mediterranean, and so it's easily accessible for the United States to send naval forces through Israel to quickly get to regions like Syria and Iran and Iraq.
The U.S. is a business before its people. Their interest is not with the people, it's with who is bringing them money. Like, it's really showing, like, we are a capitalist country, but at what cost, Those are Americans dying. And it's like, we're supposed to protect our Americans, not let them die.
For one, the U.S. they don't really stand on the principle of protecting their citizens anymore. It's more like protecting the people who serve their best interests. We had like President Obama, they would have sent Marines, National Guard, or had some type of interventional force to go and help them out. But nowadays, it's like you could have a journalist go inside the West Bank, get attacked by another country's citizens, by another country's military occupational force, and then they won't do anything about it.
Sounds to me like he was supporting, or at least, reporting on something that the United States government has a vested interest in covering up. To me, it makes sense that they would view him as not necessarily, worthy of the rights that a citizen deserves. And we've seen how much, they support Israel at all costs, and their inability to acknowledge, both the genocide and the expansion in the West Bank.
The people who's in our government right now, their stance on supporting Israel, that's just why they're just not willing to support their own people who support Palestine.
Probably not interested in people that show what's going on there.
It seems to me that there is a priority of the United States needing to maintain this relationship with this settler power for our own specific interests abroad. I mean, geopolitically, if you look at the location of Israel on a map compared to special interest places in the Middle East, it's frustrating to see the ways that historically, but also recently in this current administration, the failure of the United States government to care about Jewish people domestically, much less abroad, much less their own citizens abroad. So there's just I think deeply rooted policy failings that stem from our need for control in these areas that are deeply politically fraught.
Every decision I've ever seen the United States government make, especially in the last couple administrations, has been in favor of the Israeli state.